Hey everybody, my name is Lori Petro. I'm the founder of Teach Through Love, and I'm here today to share a little story with you about how I got my daughter to leave her playdate smiling. Now, my daughter hates to leave a good playdate, and sometimes she's more vocal about it than others. And of course, my goal is always to have a generous supply of tolerance, to respond empathetically. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. But either way, what moves me the most is always watching her develop this capacity to control her actions, to accept circumstances, and to be so genuinely willing to connect with me and share her world. In all of her 6-year-old honesty, it's really beautiful to watch her mature. So the story goes, when I was about to arrive to pick her up from a playdate after several hours, and as soon as I walked in the door, the kids ran and they hid from me. And I found them upstairs, mostly because there were Legos flying out from underneath the table. And so at this point, I thought about my time, and I considered my options, and I almost took the low road by lashing out and patiently forcing her to come with me, getting angry, being insensitive to what was really going on for her. And instead, I took a deep breath, and I knew I had two choices. I could complain and judge her about how she's never ready to go or misbehaving, or blame her for making me get her from underneath the table, or even if I used calm, kind and logical force. Either way, I knew that either of those actions would probably be met with resistance or more aggression from her. So I decided that my other option was that I could engage and discover what was really going on for her. I could decide to focus on my own feelings and needs, regulating myself so that I could find enough compassion to inquire about what was happening for her, instead of just pushing my idea about how I thought it should go. So I decided to be calm but curious, and I asked her, "Are you hiding under the table and throwing Legos because you're feeling upset that it's time to go?" The Legos immediately stopped flying, and a faint whisper came out from underneath the tablecloth, and I heard, "Mm-hmm." And in my head, I'm thinking, wow, that was quick. Okay, so just stay the course, follow through with some more investigation. And I said, "Are you feeling like you're needing some choice around when to leave?" The tablecloth immediately comes up and she pops out her head and says, "Yes," enthusiastically. Now, in my head again, I'm thinking, okay, this could go two ways. If I ask her how much more time she needs, I risk her deciding that she wants to stay forever, and then we're back at square one. Or if I suggest a time, it's likely to be rejected or countered. So I decided to just leave myself open to the possibilities. And of course, all of this is going through my head in seconds. So I take a deep breath and I say, I can understand that. It can be disappointing to leave a fun time. I wouldn't want to do that either, especially after playing for so many hours. Tell me more about your idea about staying. And she says, "I want to stay for 3 more minutes. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, first grade's going to kill that sense of time soon enough, but I'm going to go with it at this point. So I say to her, "That sounds very reasonable to me. That works for me. I can still be home in time for dinner, and you can still have some time to say goodbye." And then her friend, of course, chirps in, "I want you to stay for 2,500 minutes. And instead of just discounting him or giving him the logical reasons about why we needed to leave, I just went with it. I engaged him. I said, "Oh, that would be super fun. That's as long as a sleepover or two." And then we counted up all the hours that they had just spent together. And I said, "I think you just spent 300 minutes together. Did you guys enjoy that? Was that a good start?" "I loved it. Yes, yes." "And then, would you like to do that again?" And so then we made plans to play again, and we continued to share and enjoy each other's company for a few more minutes. And then I asked my daughter to get her shoes on, and we left without another issue. And what I always realize in moments like this, when I take the time to regulate myself and connect with her emotionally before I need to direct her behavior, what I realize is that it wasn't about leaving or hiding or throwing things. It was about needing to have some autonomy around her life, and the recognition of her disappointment, and the need to feel heard and supported as she made a transition from playing and having fun to saying goodbye. And the way that we get to this place with our kids is through compassionate communication, and by deep listening, and by finding enough empathy in ourselves and compassion to approach our kids from a different place, and not just by focusing on behaviors, but by really wanting to find out what the root cause is so that you can address that. Because when you address root causes, behavior shifts, and negative behavior diminishes, and it melts away because kids feel heard and they feel supported. So if you want to find out how to do this with your own kids, you can join me live for my online course in September, or you can check out all the freebies on the website. There's tons of stuff there. Until next time, I'm Lori Petro, and I'll see you all again on the Facebook page.